don't say anything crazy about my Giants.
I'm almost close to calling you Jason Wackatai.
Oh, Jason Wackatai.
Well, I've got nice things to say about wide receivers right now. So,
do you think the Giants should move on from Odell?
I do, Jamie. I'm sorry. I know you're a big Giants fan. It's funny. Before the playoffs, everybody looked and said, the 5 highest paid quarterbacks, none of them made the postseason. And nobody looked at the wide receivers. Of the top 5 wide receivers, highest paid guys, one of them made the playoffs. Okay? I know Greg Jennings. Well, I'm about to tell you. Greg Jennings, a great wide receiver. We were watching his Super Bowl highlights together one time in the dressing room. Guy's a superstar. I love wide receivers. They're important. Julian Edelman, 53rd highest paid wide receiver in the league. He was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
He is not even he can't carry Odell Beckham's sneakers to practice.
He doesn't need to because Odell Beckham
is
too expensive. And there's a reason that nobody in the Giants organization, Jamie, has come out and said, not true, we're keeping Odell. Because they're looking to ship him out of town. This is a guy, phenomenal player. His teammates love him. They do not need to spend 11% of their salary cap on Odell Beckham. It's just not attainable. And, Greg, I believe that the 49ers will be in play, several teams. You do not need to pay Odell Beckham. They can build around Saquon Barkley, which is what the GM, Dave Gettleman, does. He did it in Carolina when he shipped Steve Smith out of town. 2 years later, behind a ground game, they were in the Super Bowl.
Did they win it?
They did not. They lost the Super Bowl to the Broncos. I think they should trade Odell Beckham.
If you're saying solely because he makes so much money, that's a different situation. He's earned that money. So, and they decided to pay him that. He earns that. That's what he gets. But they are not better without Odell Beckham. They need Odell Beckham on the field, specifically offensively. Let's just keep it on one side of the ball. And I'm going to use one of Chris's. I'm going to give you some facts. With Odell Beckham on the field, they're 21-26. Still not a great team. Without him, they're 6-15. They're a terrible team. When you look at Eli Manning and his numbers and his with Odell and without Odell, let's look at this. Before OBJ, 58% completion percentage. With OBJ, he's 67%. Without him in passing, only averaged about 230 yards. With him, he's 30 yards better, 260. With touchdowns is ridiculous. 241, 179 touchdown to interception ratio that's without Odell. With Odell, 132-69. These numbers don't lie. Odell Beckham makes Eli Manning and that offense a lot better. There is no way around it. I don't care what argument you pose. Just because his numbers have allowed him to earn the money that he's making, you want to say, they pay him too much money, ship him out? That's a whole nother conversation. If you're saying, because they're spending too much money and he's taking up too much of the cap, then you should look to move him. But to say that they don't need him, they're better without him, that is absolutely false.
So just to recap, they're under 500 with him and without him.
Yes, because it's still a team game.
Right.
It's still a team game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he changes the game and he can do everything, because you still need an offensive line. You still need a defense to stop somebody.
They don't have either of those.
You still need a quarterback that can get you. I'm sorry, Jamie. You still need a quarterback that can get him the ball so that he can be effective.
So they need a lot of stuff. So get him out and get guys in there instead of paying him $20 million.
Greg's right on the money. Just stop it. Look, like you said, if they want to trade him for financial reasons, that's one thing.
Right.
But they signed him.
Right.
They knew everything you said. They knew when they signed him to that big deal. And Dave Gettleman has come out time and time again and said, we didn't sign him to trade him.
Yes.
All right? You knew the situation. He's the only thing keeping Eli Manning on serviceable. And you gave the numbers, which was great. We saw the difference that a great receiver can make in Dallas. Without Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott looked horrible. With Amari Cooper, they look great. What the Giants need to be focused on is getting another quarterback. And if Eli starts this year, fine. But you got to get the guy for 2 years from now at least, if not this year. And that guy, whether it's Dwayne Haskins, Kyler Murray, or somebody else, he will be much better if he's got OBJ there. And to have a running back like Saquon Barkley, if you get a really good quarterback in there, now you've got something on the offensive side of the ball. Don't blame their poor record on OBJ, because no receiver, no matter how good, can totally turn a team around.
The Cowboys example is perfect because you said they have an offensive line and they have a defense. Defense was top 10. The Giants have neither of those, Chris.
Well,
they
trading
need an
OBJ
offensive line.
isn't the only
But
way
he frees up cap room to go after
So now-
Then
guard,
you're going to need some
center.
receivers.
So basically what you're saying
You
is...
have possession
That's all you
Basically
need.
what
They're
you're
not in
saying is
OBJ's
if
class.
you're a great player, you just don't take a lot of money.
Right.
No, I'm not saying
No,
that.
and
Odell
that is what
Beckham
that-
is the
that is.
situation.
No,
What if
no.
it were... Well, Eli
Amari
Manning's
Cooper,
making
you
too
think
much right now?
Amari Cooper's going to say...
He's not taking up 11% of the Cowboys' cap, Greg.
Not yet.
But that's not...
Okay, so we'll see what happens.
How was that OBJ's thing? They knew when they sat down and made the contract what it was to be able to hold on to a player of his caliber. Greg is right. He's earned that money.
Yeah.
They didn't give it to him because they liked him.
19
They gave
is
it
the
to him
last 2
because they
years.
looked at everything. And the other thing
Is that his fault?
He keeps getting hurt.
That's really
he
his
can't stay
fault.
healthy the
but
last 2
he
years.
is a great
No
player.
doubt about
And
it.
you need to stop this whole money thing that you always want to attach to people. So when things go bad, you look and go, well, because he makes too much money, and if they do well, nobody ever brings up the money.
Right.
It's
Like-
only it's a knee-jerk reaction just because things. You're not looking at the entire Giants roster and saying, Eli's bad. The defense is bad.
Yes.
There's other things.
But that's
but it's
great.
not
You're making my
OBJ.
point, Rob.
That's not the reason they're
He
bad.
is taking up 11%
No.
of their salary cap. He's making $20 million.
There have
I
been
just
other
told you.
players who have played well.
I
who
just
have
told
made-
you, Greg, the
So they
teams that
couldn't
pay the receivers the
they
most
couldn't do
don't
this.
make the playoffs.
Odell just started making this money.
Yes.
They couldn't make moves before then.
Well, if you remember last year, Adam Schefter had a report. Odell Beckham will be traded before the draft. They toyed with this idea last year. Then they didn't trade him. Now, here we are again. Jay Glazer with the rumors. Time to trade Odell. I'm telling you, look at Gettleman, the GM. Look at his history. Okay? He goes to Carolina after 1 year, shipped Steve Smith out of town, the great receiver. Okay? Steve Smith was angry. 2 years later, with a ground game, they were second in the league in rushing. They go to the
And
Super
then the
Bowl.
next year, what were they?
Well, they were 10th in the league in
16
rushing.
or whatever.
Right.
They
I mean,
didn't
come
make
on,
the
that was
playoffs. I
1
think they
year.
were 7,
They've
8,
been
and
like a
1.
roller coaster.
Up and
again,
down.
And
They
it's a
haven't won
different
anything.
NFL, too. Even since then, you know, it's a little bit
It is,
different
but
now.
he's 67 years old. Gettleman's old school. He turned 68 later this month. He is old school. He's defense and running. That's what he wants to do, okay?
Well, he
I'm just
better
telling you,
get
that's
used
the
to
Giants
throwing.
game.
Are the Giants better without Odell Beckham?
I got to see what they do with the money
Are
after
the,
they move.
are the
that's not the
Giants better
question.
without Odell Beckham?
I think they can be, yes. I
Are
don't
the
think we know
Giants
yet.
better without Odell
I
Beckham?
would rather build around Saquon Barkley than Odell
You
Beckham.
gave 3 non-answers, so that's
Yes,
enough.
fine, yeah,
Until
they're
that's
better.
until
That's a no,
Saquon
right.
Barkley outplays this contract,
Right.
and then he's taking
on a
up
rookie
11.
deal.
How about the money
I know.
How about the
That's my
money
point.
Eli's taking up?
Hey,
And
Eli
then
is
if you
bad.
had drafted a young quarterback
That's
last
on the
year,
GM. I would
your
have done that.
quarterback wouldn't be taking up all
I
that
would have
money.
done that. I agree with you. I don't think Eli Manning.
But let's put it on OBJ.
I'm not putting it on him. I'm just
It's
saying
okay.
Yes,
that
you are.
don't pay
You
this
are.
guy $20 million when you don't have a defense and an offensive line. Go look at
Why
the Pro
is that
Football
his
Focus
fault?
guide.
Let's think about where Odell might fit in, because there's been some rumors out there already of different teams. What do you think? Where would be a good fit for him?
Got to look at the Cleveland Browns, okay? They've got a quarterback on the rookie deal. His best buddy, Jarvis Landry from LSU, is on Cleveland. This is a team that has, I think, the third most salary cap room after the Colts and Jets. They can afford Odell. You got Odell, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield. That's an offense
gonna
all
give the
under
Giants?
28 years
What are they
old.
going to give the Giants?
Draft picks. They got a ton of them. Draft picks, give them an offensive lineman. Maybe the Giants bite. Cleveland's 33-1 to win the Super Bowl now. Just saying, if they can get Odell Beckham, that team could do some damage.
I mean, I don't. I almost.
would
Is that
fit
why?
in.
Is that why you wore the burnt orange?
I'm trying to envision
I
Odell in a.
I mean, honestly, Jane, I think to answer your question, he would fit in anywhere they need a receiver.
Absolutely.
San Francisco, like the dude is fantastic. Now, I get the colorful personality and all that, but like you said yesterday, he didn't have that many off the court field issues this season.
No, and it's about his talent. I just think people get caught up on money And so every time something goes wrong, they just go straight to that. Oh, he's the problem because he takes up so much money.
Somebody's going to make some
Yes, people are making money. Nobody was saying what Eli's makes a ton of money. He probably should have been run out of town, but you don't do that. You know why? Because you still need a quarterback.
Hey, the Jets are going to be better than your Giants.
You're, again, smoking. What did you do before you came in here this
One
morning?
last thing really quick.
Yes.
You know, in football, when these general managers have these players sign this contract, they know that guys can potentially get hurt and not play. So they still offer them the money. Did you know
Isn't that unbelievable?
I think
Jason,
I'm
thanks
aware
for
of that,
stopping by and breaking hearts and just
Sorry,
appreciate
Greg.
it.
I hate to do this. Greg Jennings is a great human being. I like him.
whack.